Hey all my fellow and soon-to-be maniacs out there, it's your favorite webcomic creator and animator, the Chainsaw Maniac, and today we're here with another episode of Coffee and Chainsaws, the segment where I sit down, I ramble, I talk about what's happening, or what has happened throughout the week and what's to come. And if you guys enjoy the content I do and you would like to see more, I suggest you head on down to that like button, subscribe, as well as ring that notification bell to be notified of anything else I do on this channel. I also have a Ko-fi if you guys want to support me and anything else I do in the future, as well as any other links and social medias are also in the description down below. I mean, it's been a pretty interesting week. I've recently actually watched a hubcast by Webcomics Hub, and basically they talk about the ins and outs of Webtoon and what's going on there most of the time. So recently there's been this whole drama, Webtoon not being too transparent with their whatever's going on there, and one of the creators wanted to actually know exactly, I can't actually remember the tweet, but it was more so over talking about paying the creators and stuff like that. I think one of the creators wanted to know by what means they're getting paid. It's all types of financial stuff that I just don't really understand as much because I'm not really that smart, but but it's insane how Webtoon doesn't have a dashboard, just like a normal dashboard. Like YouTube has a dashboard and you can actually see your stats and everything and how you're getting paid and by what you're getting paid by and all types of things on your dashboard. And it's whereby Webtoon has all this cash and it just don't set stuff like that up. Places like Delia can accommodate for that, but they can't accommodate for that, and they have so much cash. They're basically strapped with cash. In other Webtoon news, the call to action contest is coming to an end. We literally have 3 days. It's ending Friday for me. Yeah, it might be Thursday. I don't know what days. I don't know if it's on the same day for any of you guys, but I think Friday, late night Friday or early morning Friday. No, I think it's late night Friday will probably end for me. So this upcoming stream, we'll announce who the winners are and we'll go through the entries that have won and check out who's won, and we'll cover basically that aspect of the contest. And it'll be interesting to see who the winners were, who won that 50k right there in their pocket, who are the honorable mentions and stuff like that. Maybe one of my friends will be up in there, it'll be pretty cool to see one of us up there. So yeah, I'm rooting for either of us actually getting up there. Because it'll be cool just to see one of us actually get through. Although Webtoon standards aren't really as great, even if we do get there, it doesn't really mean anything. It just means one of my friends get cash, and I'm all up for that. So yeah, I don't see us being in the top 3, that's just me. Even though I know some of my friends who have really great entries, but unfortunately they haven't actually got the attention that I would have liked them to have with their entries. Great example of this was the 2 other entries I checked out, not last stream but the stream before that, by Leandro Tunity, and I think the other one was Crimson, who recently joined our Discord. They had some really awesome entries, really professional level entries, and they were really good, and I don't think they will get up there due to the fact that no one has actually seen their work. Hopefully, just my little channel brought some eyes on their work, because they have amazing works, and I'm looking forward to anything else they put out in the future. They really, and a lot of people who entered this contest put everything into it, and it was really inspiring to see. I will say that it was very inspiring to see everyone's efforts come to fruition in this contest. I'm not sure if, even though it's a contest, I'm not sure if it was necessary to go all out, or not go all out, but you know what I mean, put so much into this contest, although it would make sense, honestly. I would have had more fun creating my own contest for everyone, that way. Unfortunately, I don't have a big fan base, and I think whoever's listening to this, if you have a big enough fan base in terms of the Webtoon community, you should actually buckle down and actually do your own contest. And although it will be a lot of entries to read for one person, so maybe you get a reading group going and maybe you make your own contest. That's just me. I'm pretty small, so I don't think I would be able to handle all that. Maybe we do have a Discord and we have everyone in the Discord, but I don't know who's willing to put in that work to actually read all those entries. You know what I'm saying? And actually promoting this like so much stuff, you know. And I'm also not that deep into the Webtoon community, even though I do talk a lot about Webtoon and I post my stuff on there, and I'm kind of, you know, friends with a lot of Webtoon people. So, and I know a lot of Webtoon creators, but like our paths will cross because, you know, I wouldn't say I'm within the community, but I kind of hang around the community, but you know what I'm saying. So I hear stuff here and there, and then I just regurgitate it onto my channel and I just let you guys know what the hell's going on. I'm also into the animation community and hanging out with like animators and stuff like that, so I know a lot of animators and whatever, you know, and I'm also look forward to doing those type of contests moving forward. It's a lot of comic contests that I see, and like, you know, recently our Discord did like a comic jam thing, which I will be entering because obviously I'm one of the mods on the Discord. I feel like it would be weird if I don't enter, so I'm gonna enter as well, just to show some support, you know. Moving forward, I will be doing more animation contests rather than comic contests because, you know, I want to specialize in animation and I love animation and I have a great passion for it. So I think moving forward I'll do a lot of animation contests and stuff like that. I'll focus on my comics and stuff in the time, you know, in the meantime, because I've been having this thing where I have a contest going and then I work and I have a little project I'm working on at the same time. So I'll be working on my comic, but then I also have a contest going. But I feel like if I'm gonna have a comic contest and then I'm gonna work on a comic at the same time, I'm not gonna appease that animation side, you know what I'm saying? And I really enjoy animation, so I feel like if I do an animation contest, you know, because animation, obviously, doing an animation project is a bit different than doing a comic. You know, you can't just pump out animation episodes like you would a comic. So I feel like if I switch it around and I do the animation stuff in terms of contests and stuff like that, you know, displaying my overall skill in terms of animation and getting into animation projects and stuff like that for contests, I feel like that will be much more fun, because then I have something to focus on in the background, and then while my comics is going on, my comics are kind of like the thing that just keeps on going, you know what I mean? And I have that one thing going on, that one major project going on in the background, and then I have my my comics, basically a constant flow of a certain type of project, which is the comic basically. I don't know if I'm explaining this properly, but hopefully it makes sense to you. I know you're gonna be like, Change, you're doing too much, but I'd like, hey man, that's my brain. Look, I can't slow it down. It just wants to go. I like doing this shit, and I'm pretty into Kill All Heroes right now. The story, the characters, I'm enjoying it. And I'm really getting into the Merchant of Ignatius as well. I really want to actually hop back onto that and complete that as well. I've done a lot of short story projects as well, just for fun. I wasn't too serious about them. I do want to do a second City of Clone series, but the thing is, the City of Clone series, I want to do an actual serious project with that, in terms of like, I want to do like a one-shot, because I already did like a one-shot thing with the City of Clone series, like it was a very short comic, and then I want to do another one-shot following up from that one. So I think the shorter stories, I'm going to do that with the shorter stories rather than doing this continuing short story. So the other story I had was Pray for Love, and I'm thinking of actually making that into one congruent. I do have Play the Reapers, but that's a longer form story, so like Merchant of Ignatius and Kill All Heroes. So I want to first complete one of these, and then I'm gonna hop on that. So for now, I'm focusing on Kill All Heroes. Once I'm done with the first season of Kill All Heroes, like I said, I'll hop back onto the Merchant of Ignatius, and I'm actually looking forward to actually finishing the Merchant of Ignatius before hopping back onto Kill All Heroes. I think that will be a good thing to do. That's where I have two completed projects, and then I can hop onto whatever I need to. Just planning ahead, you know, moving forward. But these stories aren't gonna be too long, by the way. Like, it's not gonna go on forever. Like, I've actually, for the Merchant of Ignatius and Kill All Heroes, both of them are gonna have like 3 seasons. Kill All Heroes might have 4 depending on the story, but the Merchant of Ignatius is only gonna have 3 seasons. We finished the first one, so there's 2 more to go. 2 more consisting of 50 to 75 episodes. That's coming up to 100, you know, that's done. Yeah, so 100 episodes completed, more or less. You know, it can be less, it can be more, depending on the story, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, definitely the middle part of, so basically season 2 of the Merchant of Ignatius is gonna be a girthy season, because I have to cover certain things, for like Flavera's story, and then it's gonna cover the Merchant story. So I think the second season, because I can do it in 30 episodes, right? So like the first 10 maybe covering Clover, next 10 covering the merchant, and then we all meet back up in the middle with them two again. There is a giant fight about coming on between the merchant and Clover. Bit of a spoiler there, but I'm pretty sure not a lot of you will actually give a shit. So yeah, that's coming as well, and yeah, so that's gonna be a very cool fight, and I'm looking forward to actually do an animation on that, because that will be really cool. Right now, the short film I'm working on, it's based on Kill All Heroes, and this is a cool thing. I had an idea. I said basically, what if the animation projects I do are based on the comic I'm working on at the time? I thought about it, like, what if I do something with that, you know what I mean? That way I continue the comic. Maybe I do like an animation, like short film based on the comic itself, like kind of like how an anime would like release a movie based on the, you know, a standalone movie based on the series itself. So I thought about doing something like that. So like the short film is going to be based on the series that I work on within my comics, and I thought that would be cool because then it adds more to the overall universe, you know. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm really looking forward to working on more projects and doing some more crazy stuff. I've also just an update on the short film. The storyboarding is done. Like, I've completed the storyboarding, the rough storyboarding. It's completed. I'm just working on the finalizing the animatic, structuring it, and actually editing and putting things together before I lay down the final work, you know what I'm saying? I've even done the voiceovers. Just me myself doing the voiceovers, because obviously I have to time the scenes. So I did the voiceovers myself so that when I throw it up in the editor, I know exactly how much frames it's going to take. And that way I can work on it, and, you know, later on I will be having someone doing Luna's voice. You know, I'll be obviously doing Nathan's voice. I've done his voice before, so I'll do it again. And then we're going to get my good friend Jess to probably voice over Luna. She has said yes, she would do it, but, you know, no pressure on her if she doesn't want to do it. It's up to her, really. I think it will be cool for her to do it, because like Luna is kind of like her character, so that will be cool. It's just like a cool little collab, you know. It's fun. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. But now I'm just working on this comic jam stuff for the Discord. It has to be 8 to 20 panels from what I've seen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't actually know what that story is going to be about. I don't have any ideas yet for that, but I'll figure it out. I'm very good when it comes to planning things right on the spot, you know. So yeah, I'll figure something out. I'll throw something together. We'll see how it goes. I've also been studying a lot of storyboarding methods and stuff like that. Looking more into it, because I am a professional animator, but I specialize in a specific form of animation, which is 3D. And although I know all the animation fundamentals, I haven't actually put those fundamentals into practice with 2D animation. But if you have seen me actually animate 2D animation, you can see I have a good grasp of the fundamentals, because, you know, I'm an animator and I've been doing it for so long. So yeah, I have a good grasp of the fundamentals. So looking forward to actually putting that into practice. And moving forward, I actually have to physically act out certain scenes, which is really interesting to me, because I haven't actually had to do that, but more to exaggerate the emotional feel of it when it comes to the characters, like actually displaying emotion on their face. I've actually had to reference myself, so I know exactly what the face looks like, that when they're angry, when they're sad, when they're happy, conniving, you know what I mean? Like, I had to actually give a good look at myself and be like, okay, so that's the face that I'm going with here, and stuff like that. So yeah, that's cool. It's been cool piecing it together like that and everything. Also, if this short film goes pretty well, and it's the only short film I have in my back pocket, I'm gonna submit it to Howard Wim's contest for the animation stuff, which is pretty cool. I think that will only be the deadline is only like in July next year, so I have like a whole freaking year basically to actually finish this thing. So yeah, this short film though, I want to actually finish it before the end of this year. That is my goal, actually, to finish it before the end of this year. I would like to finish my short film. I've just been so freaking busy, because now at work we have this creative project that we're also working on in terms of animation. My boss has basically given us free creative reign to do with whatever we want with the project, me and my animation team. And so we basically taking that project into our own hands and, you know, doing our own little thing with it. It's like a kind of a kid show, but like, you know, now that it's in our hands, we can kind of figure out exactly what we want to do with it. It's still gonna be a kid show. It's still gonna be like, although now we have certain liberties that we can take with these certain shots and stuff like that. So that's gonna be pretty cool because I get to experiment and actually do some cool creative stuff with that as well. So yeah, there's that going on, and then it's also the main aspect of our work that we're working on. Like I've been working double time, overtime over here, especially now with the outages in South Africa. You know, we kind of have to compensate for that by working when the power is on, you know. So that's why I haven't actually had the chance to actually work on my comic as much, or you know, work on other things as much, because I'm actually like working on work stuff, you know what I mean, like to catch up with the timing because like of the power outages and all the stuff. So I gotta work that time in because, you know, we need to get shit done. That's kind of what's happening over here. If you guys are like, hey, Wacom Chains hasn't, you know, uploaded the episode in quite so, that's why, you know. Why is Chains episode so short? That's why. Because I'm working my ass off over here. So it's not all, you know, blisters and flames over here, you know what I'm saying? Like they are good times, you know. It's not too intense, you know. I get the work done. See, the thing is about me, like I'm not really that skilled, but if you need a job done, I can get the job done. Because I know a lot of skilled people like who have immense skill, like they way past like my league. Like I'm like mid-tier, like skill level. I'm like right in the center. I'm like average skill level right there, you know what I'm saying? But then there's those people that just excel. They just like they work is just insane, like the quality and everything that they do, but they just can't get the job done. Whereas me, I pretty average work, you know. I'm right there in the middle, but I can get the job done. You know, if you want a job done and you pay me, that job is getting done. Whatever happens, like I'm getting a job done. There's no matter what. If you have my word that we're gonna do this shit, we're gonna do this shit. Like there's no turning back. I'm like an arrow, dude. I only shoot forward. I just go straight and until I hit my target, and that's about it. You know what I'm saying? I know it's just how my brain is wired. It's just how I work. I do have a lot of completed projects. It's just I haven't actually shown or displayed it actually to like anyone besides like the clients that we work for. And I think maybe, and like with our new head of animation, he's actually helping us to kind of build our portfolio with our work, the stuff we do at work, which is really cool. In the future, I'll have a giant body of work that I can just show people, like, but yeah, we'll see when that happens. But that's why I'm doing the short films and all the other stuff. So, you know, if you're like, hey, you want a comic artist, you know, I can do comics. If you want animation, you know, I can do some animation for you, 2D, maybe 3D, you know, I can do it all. You want me to do some storyboarding? I can do some storyboarding. You want me to, you know, there's many aspects of animation that I can go into. So yeah, it's just a matter of making myself very versatile and flexible with whatever I want. And I've seen a lot of opportunities looking online. There's a lot of people looking for animators. I've seen in the job markets, you know, I've seen a lot of people looking for animators, not specifically 2D animators. A lot of people are looking for 3D animators specifically. And I know within the game industry, I can always get a job because there's always work there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see where my next job lands, because I'm not going to stay here forever, to be honest with you guys. It's just what it is. I don't like staying in one place all the time. You know, I like to learn. I like to get out there. I like to stay in one spot. I like moving forward. So yeah, we'll see where things go in the future though. You never know. I might just be having my own thing going on, you know. But for now, saving up some cash, you know. I'm just like chilling in the back until, you know, I can make that leap. But for now, I'm just here building that, you know, body of work basically. Yeah, and you know, a lot of people ask, how do you get a job in the industry? Weirdly enough, a lot of people message me and ask me, how do you get a job in the industry? Some of them ask me for jobs, like, do you need anyone to color for you? Do you need anyone to do this for you, that for you? Which is a good offer, because I would like someone to actually help me out here and there. So in the future, I might just hire someone. So yeah, I might hire someone in the future if they have the skills or if they're starting up, because I feel like we're a good way to actually help younger creators out. I know there's a lot of younger creators out there who have a tough time getting their foot in the door. And obviously if you have certain experiences on your resume, you know, the company will obviously take more of a liking to you. And it also depends on or like the timing, you know what I'm saying? If you have the experience but the timing is not right, you might not get the job you want. And that's why I always tell people, like, don't go for the job you want. I know it sounds counterintuitive, but hear me out. Yeah, hear me out. Don't go for the exact job that you want. There's most likely a chance, and also depending on the industry, that you might not get that job. For instance, like if you want to be a concept artist for a game company, just a recent example that comes to my mind, it's going to be a bit hard for you to get that job. There is a way probably to get it. There is, unless you actually have connections, you know, with certain people, you could probably get that job. But for someone who's just like, you know, putting a CV out there and whatever, you know, you're not going to just land that job. Because this is like just my experience, you know, I'm just speaking from my experience. When I applied for my job, because before I got my job as an animator, I had to go through a lot of other things that I had to do. And I think now it's a bit different because I did some graphic design, I did some web design. Those jobs, you know, you can always get jobs for that. I did some you know, commercial stuff, you know, I did a lot of like stuff. I freelancing really helped because that really built my experience with what I was going to do. And so when I went to go do it, you know, they saw, oh, he has a lot of freelance experience to do this. So what I've seen and what I've told people is freelancing is the best way to go from what I've seen from my side, because you can just hop into it, you make your own hours, you know, and it's not stable, but you're not looking for stability in the beginning. You're looking to land a job. So you're just using it to gain that experience. Once you gain that experience, you can put it on your resume. Once you put it on your resume, people incline more to your resume. And if the timing lines up, you land a job. So it's just up to timing, really. This is the one thing that I've learned, like only like later on, once I had my job. It's easier to actually tailor your portfolio towards the job you want. If you have a tailored portfolio to the job you want, then it's just much easier to land a job, because now you actually specified what you're good at and what you can do to the company that wants that specific skill. So, you know, it's just going to make things much easier. Yeah, so I think moving forward, if I ever want to land another job, I'll obviously make a new portfolio, like an updated portfolio with certain types of works tailored to whatever, you know, I'm going to do. So yeah, I think that moving forward, that obviously works. I think the way I did it before was pretty dumb. Actually, you know, I think like it was a bit of luck and timing. What I did was I just spammed my CV like for 7 months, like no stop, every day, like several different companies. And most of the time it was the same company. So if you spam your CV for 7 months to, let's say there's 30 companies I've seen, and I spam it to those 30 companies every day, eventually they're going to see my CV, because they're going to see the email inbox is just going to be filled with like my freaking CV. And like they're gonna have to look at it at some point. So yeah, I basically annoyed my way into the animation industry. I was like, well, it wasn't actually like, please hire me. It was more like, here's my CV, here's my CV, here's my CV. Just like poking them, like, hey, have you checked out my CV yet? Hey, have you checked out my CV yet? Hey, have you checked? Eventually, they're just like, fuck, it's this guy again. Well, okay, let's just look at his CV. You know? Let's look what he's offering. And I looked at my CV and they're like, oh, okay, well, he's qualified. Bring him in. We need more hands. Okay. Okay, cool. Let's bring him in. And the weird thing is, I don't know why this always happens. Like once you get a job, you will get so much job requests and so much, like your inbox will be filled with like people looking for you when you already have your job. I don't know how that works. I don't know if there's an algorithm in place somewhere, but as soon as I landed my job, my inbox filled with like job offers. Like it just flooded. Like everyone is like looking for me. Like, hey, I saw your ad thing. You know, you want to join it? I'm like, I already have a job now, guys. Like, and I felt so good to turn them down. You know, I'm not gonna lie. It was like, well, if only you picked me first. You know. Oh my god. It was so hilarious. But like, yeah, you know, you just gotta keep trying, guys. Don't give up. And there's a lot of talented people out there who have the talent, but they just don't push through. You have to push through. You know, you can't give up. You know, I'm not really the best artist, but all the best artists I know are like doing like part-time jobs at like grocery stores and shit. Like they have the skill, but they're so freaking out. I don't know, like they're just lazy and not motivated enough to push through that little bump that you hit when you know, searching for a job. You have to push through it. If you don't push through it, then you're gonna end up like wherever, you know what I mean? Like you gotta push through it. If you don't reach out, how are you gonna grasp anything? You know what I'm saying? Like you gotta at least reach out there, grab whatever you can, man. Jeez. That pisses me off sometimes. Like I'm like, it's like right there. You know what I mean? It's right there, guys. Just reach for it. You know, especially like the people who are extremely talented. Like just put your hand out there and grab that shit. Because I know you have the skills. I know you can reach for it, but it's right there. It's like they don't want to stretch their arm out. They just want to lay their hand down and wait for it to fall into their hand. Like, but that's just I'm not gonna rant about that. That's just one of those things, you know. It just pisses me off when I see amazing artists and they're struggling because they're not pushing themselves hard enough, or they're pushing themselves but they're not pushing themselves hard enough. You know what I mean? They're pushing themselves but not hard enough. There's a certain amount that a person can push themselves, and I can tell when people aren't pushing themselves hard enough. Because look at me, I don't have that much skill, guys. I'm straight up, like I don't. I'm not that good. I'm decent, but I'm not that good. I'm not as good as most other people out there. But I landed a job. Why? Because my work is good, or no? It's because I tried harder. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. You know, I tried harder. I tried my utmost best. You know, I keep 120,000%. That's all I put. I put everything on there, you know. And I think maybe it's just the risk of them reaching out that they're scared to take, you know. Scared to take that risk. You gotta take that risk. It doesn't have to be a giant risk, but it's pretty risky, you know. You gotta take that risk. Anyway, that's enough of my rambling, and guys, ears are probably bleeding after listening to me for so long. If you guys want to check out any of my work, links are in the description, and this is your second reminder to hit up that like, subscribe, as well as ring that notification bell if you want to be notified of anything else I do on this channel. Don't forget to support me on Ko-fi and any other places you want to support me. You know, it doesn't have to be monetary. You can just like up my stuff and, you know, follow me wherever you can. You know what I mean? Sounded pretty creepy the way I said it there, but you know what I mean. On the socials, guys. Don't do it in real life, please. That's really creepy, and I will stab you. I'm not gonna lie. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.